All right, happy Tuesday. We are going to do mole as per requested from a friend of ours. We're gonna do an ancho chili mole. Mole means sauce in Spanish. So this particular sauce has 24 ingredients, I believe we have sitting here in front of us. It all starts with the chilies. So what I did was, poblano peppers, when they're dried, are ancho chilies. So what I do, you don't really know how spicy they are until you eat them. So what I did was I took the seeds and stem out so that we just have the pods of the ancho chili. That's gonna give us our red chili richness, our flavor. We're then gonna saute this with ginger, onions, garlic. I have a little bit of chicken base, that's gonna lend us our salt. It's then studded with pecans, almonds, raisins. So you got some nuttiness, you got some sweet. I have a little bit of crushed tomatoes, that's gonna give us a richness. We're going to thicken it with fried sweet plantains. Looks like a banana, but it's actually a plantain. You wanna get the plantains that are yellow, turning brown, because at this point of it, the green ones are starchy and the yellow ones are sweet. When they get to this point, the starches break down in the plantain and turn them into sugars. Looks like a banana, but it's not. Anyway, we're then gonna grill some corn tortillas. That's gonna give us a background nutty flavor with our nuts. And then we're gonna scent it with ginger powder, cinnamon, cumin, clove, Mexican oregano. If you don't have that, you can use regular oregano, sesame seeds. And then we're gonna finish the whole sauce off. When it's done, finished, done, ready to take off, we're gonna finish it with dark chocolate. And that's gonna give us our creaminess. And the fat in the chocolate is gonna bring all these flavors together, just like a red wine and chocolate kind of thing. So what do you say? Bailame aquí para mole. All right, so first I'm gonna take my sweet plantain and cut it into pieces. And then I'm gonna fry it in my fry later because I have one. You can do it in the oil in the pan, but I'm gonna do it in the fry later because I wanna bring out more of the sugars and get them a little, soften them up. We'll let that sit. While that's going, we throw our corn tortillas on the grill. Wanna kind of golden burn them, golden brown them, golden burn them. Extra virgin olive oil in the pan. We're gonna saute our ginger, onions, garlic. All right. And then I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt because I want to bleed out the veggies, so we get a little moisture. I don't want to caramelize them. I want to kind of sweat them because we don't want to take away from the chilies. We're gonna add the nuts because I want to toast the nuts in the olive oil. A little more oil, I think. Almonds, pecans. We're gonna toast those in the oil. And also I want to toast my spices in the oil. Bring out some of the oils and the flavors from the different spices. And that's gonna give us our aromatics. I wish you could smell it because then you'll understand where I'm coming from here. So we're caramelizing our plantains. We're sauteing our nuts and spices, onions, garlic, and ginger. We're taking our golden brown corn tortillas, throw them in there. We're now gonna put our chilies in there. Turn it up. I'm gonna add my chicken base. That's gonna be our salt. And then I have, that's right, homemade chicken stock. This actually could be a 6th mother sauce if you lived in Mexico. So we're gonna add our liquid. All right, so we're gonna stir in the chicken base. I'm now gonna add my crushed tomatoes. And now I'm gonna add my raisins because we wanna rehydrate the raisins in the juice. I want everything to cook together so it comes all together. Our plantains are now fried, caramelized, fried. So we're gonna throw those into the mole pan as well. As you can see, they got a nice golden brown on them. That's going to give us another level of sweetness. Mole is all about levels of flavors, levels of flavors. You're going to have a little bit of heat. You're going to have a lot of bit of crispness in your mouth, if you will, for lack of a better word. And then you're going to have this sweetness, and then the richness and the fat from the chocolate is just going to a delicate balance of flavors. When the chilies have rehydrated, the raisins have plumped, the vegetables are cooked, then we're going to puree this. We're going to puree this, and that's when the chocolate comes in. So stay tuned. So we've been simmering all of our wonderful ingredients for about 25 to 30 minutes. We're ready to turn it off the heat, and then we're going to puree it in a blender. So we're going to take the hot mole, and we're going to feed the blender with it. And you're going to see all these come together. Now, you only want to fill the blender up halfway or so, because all of this heat in the mole will cause a huge amount of pressure, and you'll have this all over your kitchen if you don't be careful with it. I'm going to pulse it to let out some of the steam. Once it gets going, you're good. But the initial startup, everywhere. So while that's pureeing, I'm gonna add half of my chocolate. See, it's thick. See how thick it is? We're gonna thin it out in a minute. But we're gonna add our chocolate. You don't want to heat the chocolate. You don't want to heat the chocolate in the pan, because the chocolate will separate, and you'll have this fatty layer above your mole. Here, the chocolate's kind of melting into it like a ganache. Give it a taste. Pinch of salt. I think we're on to something. Woo, yeah, see, the poblano's got a little zip to him. That's why I didn't add any extra heat. You can always add more heat. I didn't because I wanted to see at what level the ancho chilies, which were poblanos at one time, were at. You don't want to strain this out. You want to leave all of this into the sauce, because that's what gives the beauty in the body. So we're going to put this back on and turn it off. And we're going to do it again with the rest, real fast. See that? Nice and smooth. You want to taste the chocolate, but you don't want a chocolate bar out of it. This sauce is the quintessential sweet, hot, sour, rich. It's got everything. Everything touches your whole entire palate. There's your mole. See how it's nice? It's nice and smooth. It's creamy. You can't see any of the ingredients that we put in it, but the flavor is unbelievable. We're gonna do a little switcheroo, and we're gonna do a poutine. We're gonna cook some French fries crispy, and then we're gonna stud the French fries with queso fresco, which is a Mexican crumbling cheese. It's sort of like mozzarella, if you will. We're gonna stud our French fries with this, and then we're gonna finish it with some braised short ribs of beef. So we're taking it to like a Mexican, Canadian, I don't know how you can abbreviate that, but it's funny. French fries. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. All right, so let's make the poutine part of this show. We're gonna take our French fries. We're gonna put our mole on top of it. Every bite, every bite. And then we're gonna take our Mexican crumbling cheese, cut a chunk, and crumble big pieces. Who doesn't like cheesy fries? And then we're gonna pull our short ribs of beef, and then we're gonna pop this in the oven for about 4 minutes, just to melt the cheese a little bit. All right, so we're 4 minutes in. Of course, find a plate that you can put in your oven or use a metal something or other. Anyway, we have this poutine. We're gonna finish it with some cilantro because we have to Mexican it. Finish it with some cilantro. We're gonna finish it with some scallions. Take some of these edible flowers. Little smile pretty for the camera stuff. All right. And then one more little bit in the middle. Just so you know I was there. And boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, as per request, mole poutine with braised short ribs of beef and queso fresco.